Welcome to another mini video from 2dgameartguru.com. Today I'm working in Inkscape to design flowers using clones. The advantage of the clones lies in the ability to modify one element, the source of the clone, and all the clones will alter along with it. So if I change the color of this one segment of the flower, all the other segments that are clones will be altered along with it. You might notice that there are still some pink elements. Those are not clones, but duplicates of the initial base of the other clones. And there lies the difference between the duplicate and the clone. The duplicate does not get updated. So let's start with the flower design. I will start with a basic shape, a circle, using the node tool, using gradients and some tapered lines for additional detail. Let's take the circle, turn it into a pass, use the node tool to deform it. I move the pivot point down to the bottom. That way the petal is rotated along that point, and then I create a clone. Rotate it and then duplicate the clone and rotate it further. I repeat the process to get a full circle. As you can see in the layer panel, the first one is a pass. All the others are named as use with a different icon next to them. Those are the clones. When I move the nodes of the initial shape, the clones are changed accordingly. Let's make a more drastic change. The same applies to color and stroke. I can now go in and scale, skew and rotate the clones independently, and it won't alter any others. If I change the scale of the source though, the rest will change accordingly. Clones are not limited to a single object. It can also be applied to a group. So let's create another flower. I take the base shape from this one and add a highlight at the top. I use a plain line, set it to a tapered stroke, adjust the taper setting, adjust the stroke color to white and give it a blur. The color of this one will be blue for now. Let's give it a gradient as well, going lighter towards the center, and place a shape behind to fill the gap. At this stage, Inkscape crashes on me. So this is the recovery file. I group the three elements, create a clone, rotate it, and then duplicate it to create the full circle of flower shapes. I adjust the rotation a little bit to get more even spacing. When I go in with the node tool and adjust the path of the first design, the clones are adjusted accordingly. I can add more shapes. They'll be added on top of the layer stack. I duplicate this line and then move them into the group. As soon as I do that, they become part of my clones. I can scale them, move them around, and the clones are adjusted accordingly. The same happens when I adjust the colors of any element in this group. At the beginning, you could see that the color change did not color all the petals of all the flowers. So I move the initial design and put that on the side. When I change the colors now, all flowers change accordingly. It makes sense to keep your source outside the flower design and just use clones for the flower itself. I can now design something new on top, keeping the proportions and the size roughly the same. Using more circles, I create a yellow center with white petals. I move those elements into the group as a new element, hide the initial designs, and there is the new pattern. I can now adjust the position, the size, and the rotation to get the look I'm after for this new design. The orange flower now turns into a white flower with ease. I can go back in and group these elements, hide them, and show the original design. There we go. Hide these and the original is back. Reverse it, hide the original, show the new ones. It's easy to edit and adjust as long as you keep in mind that those clones will just have one image. I cannot mix the white and the yellow flowers. I would have to create a new set of clones. You can add more details. The white flower has the petals and the yellow dots as clones. It's easy to change that into the purple flower with black dots. For the more complex hibiscus flower, I created uneven petals, made them clones, and added detail on top that is not part of the clones, the center stem and the highlights. I used simple shapes, mainly circles, the node tool, gradients, and a few tapered lines for my flower designs. It is a quick way to create flowers. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification, leave a like, and I will see you again soon.